Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Race here, just making their way right now on over toward the reverse Essies, as they are just starting out into their race right now. And it is a little bit different, as we were saying yesterday, having the reverse ability out on the event modules. This is really awesome to have that now, as it changes things up. But and what's going to happen today, I think, just like yesterday in the KISS race, it makes things very difficult right from the get-go with these punchy climbs right off the bat. And a lot of times I guess it's a horse apiece though, because if you go the other way and you do the Hilly Watopia immediate 2-minute everything you got, it just breaks things apart immediately. So I guess it does kind of loosen up the legs a little bit with the reverse Essies, and then you're going to have that 4-minute all-out climb though, or more, 4 to 5 minute climb, everything you got up the reverse Watopia climb. So definitely a huge amount of climbing on the way here in just a moment, and that is most likely where we're going to see things really break apart. We do have Le Monstre here, currently sitting in 3rd place in the series right now, up toward the front here, 5.1 watts per kilogram, trying to break things apart a little bit early, now getting back into the pack, it looks like, as they make their way through the Essies. As you can see here, as we're looking down from above, you can see the pack starting to break apart already. And being a race that has all of the categories joined together, it is definitely one that is going to be that is going to be a little bit more mixed together between all of the categories up front. So the B racers can get an advantage jumping onto some of the A racers and the C racers on the B racers and so on and so forth. So it does get a little mixed up front, but at the same time, it's really nice because we're able to cover everybody's race while it's happening rather than having to try and leave the event module. So now we're just able to see exactly who everyone is out on course as they go around and cover every single race as they develop. Neil Duffy here from the BRT team took third place, I believe, in the last SZR series, and you can see that he's trying to better that result, showing up to every one of these races so far. Here's Neil riding for that Bolt Racing team with the orange Tron bike, making his way toward the back here of the group. Looks like he's just gonna try and bring that heart rate down a little bit prior to hitting that 4 or 5 minute climb, as that is really where things are going to break up. Don't want to burn too many matches heading into that section. It looked like it was a little bit of an attack from him actually on the downhill there, but the group was plenty fast to come around and make things difficult for him to try and get away. We do have Tim is here, Cadence Sports, prior Tour de France rider actually, out on course. Good to see him hammering away in the SCR series today, as well as Agras coming from Sweden. We do have, looks like Matriciano here coming from Italy. Rider I'm unfamiliar with. I'm going to have to see if Zwift.com can help me out with a little bit of information on some of these newer riders, as there's some riders here today that I have never seen before in the world of Zwift racing. I'm going to see if I'm spelling this correctly. He's not actually showing up in the results just yet over at thepower.com. Maybe if I put the T in there, and we might be able... Yeah, no, T. Martinez is showing up coming out of France, but no Italian rider with this name just yet. We'll have to wait and see if it does update soon. I am looking for Philip Diner, though. That is somebody we're definitely watching out for. Being the current leader right now, and there he is. Current leader overall, completely in the series right now. Philip Diner coming out of Germany here with Monstray and Knopke. All of the heads of state in the series currently making their way up toward the front of the race right now. So it looks like these riders that are definitely a part of the series, that leading the series, definitely trying to make themselves known at the front right now and not be dropped off the back. They're here ready to hammer up over the backside of the Watopia reverse climb. Knopke here out of Germany as well. And so if we do have the series leaders currently here overall, it looks like in the A category, since that's who we're looking at right now, Lemonstre and Philip Diner. Pierre Ronsgaard, though, from the Bolt Racing team. Do we have Ronsgaard here coming out of Norway? I do see Vonder here coming out of Norway. And where is Ronsgaard? Is he showing up today to defend his current, it looks like, second place overall in the series? Now, you can miss 1 or 2 races, and it is your 10 best out of the 12, but you have to be fairly consistent, having to throw down 10 races out of 12. And so I am not seeing Ronsgaard in this lead group. Has he been dropped off already? Is he somewhere out on the course? Hagenbakken is here. It looks like Jensen as well as Volum, all out of Norway. GTD, couple of Vikings and Viking 2 here as well in the B category, making the chase toward those A boys who have already made a split in the pack now. We do have Tomlinson here also coming from the Viking team as well. Neil Duffy here up toward the back, trying to hang on, as now is when we're going to start to see the attacks. They're going to hit a crazy gradient, uphill gradient here in just a moment. Just so you guys know, we do have let's go ahead and turn on all of our social medias, as you guys will be able to shoot at us the any kind of information that you would like to, actually, through our new social media integration. So we do have Joe Tilly Walker. Good to see you here in the broadcast, buddy, and giving us a little shout out over at the Facebook live stream right now, saying great to see the community growing. Nathan Guerra, hope you are well. Hope the shoulder is getting better. Right on. Actually, the shoulder is absolutely doing great, and we've been doing deadlifts and all kinds of lifting and push-ups and whatever. We're good to go, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, though, Joe, and it's really good to see you over at the stream. So we are able to integrate you guys a whole bunch now, just so you know. So make sure to jump into the Facebook stream. We'll be able to grab your comments. And then also over at Twitter at Z Community Live, you can you can definitely shoot us a tweet over there, and you guys will be able to give us any kind of information or pictures. Whatever you shoot over there, we'll also be able to highlight into the stream. Diner, though, let's get back to the racing action. As you can see here, Diner, one of the riders to definitely watch out for, who is currently leading the series right now, 6.5 watts per kilogram, 3.8 miles in, followed closely by Hanazadar, actually a rider I've not seen as a part of the series just yet. And Hanazadar, this may be a mistake actually in the game, not a mistake, but a little bit of a bug that we do have in game that shows us that a TT bike, when there actually is not a TT bike being used. And I'm going to see if I can grab this rider's profile very quickly here, and it looks like he's not showing up right now in the results, but if he is on a TT bike, I do not believe TT bikes are allowed in these races. I'll just bring up the race information. I'm going to read right on through it for you. And so it says, turn on the fans, fill the bottles, and grab a towel. It's race time. Race rules, edit your screen name to include SZR and your category with an A, B, a C, or a D. No TT bikes, so that's definitely not allowed. So if this is not an in-game bug, he will be disqualified from this race for using a TT bike today. But he has made the lead group here with Shorjan coming out of Sweden. Lamonstre, Timmins is here as well, it looks like. 4 or 5 off the front now, and Diner, the current series leader right now, definitely hammering at the front here, and these boys are all putting out 5 to 6 watts per kilogram at the front of the race. Power meter and smart trainer winners take category win only. It says Z-Power racers will be evaluated after each race. Heart rate monitor is compulsory for A and B category riders. So A and B category riders, you must wear a heart rate monitor if you are going to be racing in this race. It looks like the chase group here being led by Mr. Person here, coming out of Sweden with the Italian rider Matriciano absolutely hammering here, trying to hang on that wheel as this rider attacks at 516 watts, 178 beats per minute. But Timmins is going off the front now, climbing up and over the top of the reverse KOM, and being a former Tour de France rider, he's very familiar with plenty of climbs, much longer than this one. And it looks like Timmins is able to hang on to this front group of 5. This rider right here, the Italian rider, might be able to grab back on if they have a little bit of a power up over the other side, 7 watts per kilogram or continuous. But Lamonstre here bringing the continuous at 6 watts per kilogram actually on the other side. And on the downhill, when you throw down that kind of power on the downhill sections, we'll go ahead into kilometers per hour. We got 49.50 kilometers per hour as they come over the other side of the climb. Now, Person here trying to get back on terms, 179 beats per minute, it looks like, with Matriciano here out of Italy. Just barely hanging out. It looks like these boys will make it a group of 7, as it is Van Bers coming out of the Netherlands with Runberg and Kummerik, and then it looks like Neil Duffy taking up the back of this chase group. These boys might be able to get back on terms, but it is 20 seconds out, and being only 3 laps, it's going to be a very difficult day to try and get back with any of the groups that do get away out on course. As we wait for the rest of the riders to come up and over the top of the climb, we can take a quick little look at the course profile. At Zwift Community Live, it looks like tweeted out to us here, the SZR Race Series Velo Viewer, Watopia Hilly, 3 laps, 27 kilometers total of this course profile we will be doing today. As you can see, 303 meters of total elevation. It looks like they've probably done a third of that so far, with a max gradient of 12.5%, and that would be right at this super steep point that you can see. It looks like every lap they do right after they go past the old banjo player section, if you guys know what I'm talking about from the beta. If you were in the beta, the banjo player with the cabin has been moved to the shack next to where we start the climb after the bridge. But there is the 3 laps, Watopia Hilly from the ramp is what we are doing today. There is your course profile for today with the SCs and the reverse climb. It looks like we've got a few comments coming in over at the Facebook. Hey, Nathan, can you talk about, let's go ahead and grab this real quick. It looks like Luke Peterson has jumped into the conversation over on Facebook. And as we watch the riders come through at the start-finish line, it looks like 17 seconds up, and there's a huge contingent of riders. We look down at them with about, looks like 10 of them or so, trying to chase down that lead group of 7 that have made their way off the front by about 17 seconds. But Luke Pearson saying, Nathan, hey Nathan, can you talk about any other race series? Maybe one for a guy in CST with a 9-to-5 job. I'm currently an upper 3rd C guy. So the Friday Criterium series on Fridays, the TFC, the Friday Criterium, they are running a America's PM race races that you can get involved with. So there is a race series currently going on they have added specifically for the Americas a race series on Fridays that you can join in. If you would like us to also promote any other of the race series that are out there that I am not giving Luke information about, you can throw those at us on Twitter if you would like to right now, so we can get them live into the broadcast right now, or you can also just contact us through all the different outlets on Zwift Community Live. We are live currently on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Beam. The best way to probably message us is through our Facebook, though. Shoot us a message there. We're very responsive on our Facebook if you'd like to get involved in the broadcast. Well, like us to broadcast your series, like us to just shoot out information about your series, we can do that for you. But Luke, I would highly suggest the America's Friday Criterium series, although we do not have a broadcaster on it right now. It is definitely a series that I would definitely endorse, as the Friday Criterium do a great job with their series. We do see that it looks like the Italian rider Matriciano and Scorgian are falling off pace here, as there are attacks happening with Timus Pearson, Hanazader, Monstre, and Diner going off the front from these boys just a little bit. Now 8 watts per kilogram coming from Diner, 178 beats per minute. Looks like the rider is definitely being put through the ringer a little bit to try and hold on to his overall. We'll see if he can hold on all the way to the end, as they're about halfway through their race today. It's going to be a fast and furious race. There's only 3 laps on the Hilly Watopia. These boys, I believe, are going to be doing somewhere in the 11 minutes. So 11 times 3, we're looking at 35-minute race today. Full-on crit racing is what it looks like to be. In the B race, for our current leader, it looks like to be Napke, I believe. As we click through here, we're trying to find where is the riders for the Bs. Actually, it is Achilles here coming out of Denmark, hammering away in the B, right, followed with looks like M. Kolkloff coming out of Great Britain in the B category, currently leading. We'll have to see if they are within the category limits, or if they might get an upgrade in the series today. We see Nordstrom here coming out of Sweden, 3.6 watts per kilogram, hammering away in this chase group, and this looks to be our third place rider currently in the B category, followed closely by Jay Blomqvist. They're in a group, it looks like, with Valdens, BMAC. Peters is there as well with Team Norvo Nordisk, actually, in the B category as well. Hogberg is hammering away here in this chase group as an A rider as well. A lot of B riders now making their way into this group, though. It looks like Hagenbach in here for the GTD, about 14 seconds back from that group with Thomason. These guys are all fighting it for maybe a top 5 in the B category today. We do have, it looks like, Brinton here as well with G. Pettit, Tomlinson, Kimalini now all out of Norway, GTD, and then also the Vikings team, it looks like, represented out of Norway right now. Top Cat now with Lincho in the B category. Jay Lincho, actually a part of the top boys and girls, it looks like, here in the overall race series. I think that was in the B category. We are seeing, or is that the C category? Jay Lincho from PTZ. I believe I did see him in the results for the top dogs. Maybe not, though, as I look through here. Maybe that was just in, oh no, George Lincho in the D category. So maybe he's gotten an upgrade as of recently. Riding for, oh, there's 2 different riders. Excuse me, I'm sorry. They actually have just the same last name. But George Lincho is coming from the Team WBR, actually, and currently sitting in second place in the D category. And it looks like there's another Jay Lincho coming out of Portugal for the PTZ team, actually, unless I am completely mistaken there. But it looks like very similar names from completely different countries there. But it looks like he's hammering away here in this B category race, a part of maybe the 3rd or 4th chase group. And it looks like our first C rider that I can see out on course right now, Pete Larson here out of Denmark, making up the chase right now amongst a few of the B riders and getting a little bit of advantage over the other racers in the C category. Looks like Kalinsky here, as well as T. Costa, and who else is in here? We do have, it looks like, Stoot Jetstiek coming out of the Netherlands. Probably did not get that one completely correctly, but McDonald is here as well, and a dude coming out of the USA, of course, hammering away here in the Z ZTR race, not the SZR race. Looks like maybe there was a name change last second that we're not seeing here, but the American A dude making his way through this pack right now as they are heading through the sprint section out on course. So I'm going to take a look at the rules. Power-ups are disabled, so we will not be discussing anything about power-ups today as they are completely disabled in this event, and that's something new to a lot of the events. If you haven't been a part of any of the broadcasts as of recently, you no longer you can actually turn off the events if you would like to turn off the power-ups in the events actually if you would like to. Casey Shum is saying ZTR and KISS have night US races for the US, but Casey over at Facebook, he is asking for a series, I believe, rather than just for direct races. I'm not sure there's any series coming from KISS or ZTR at the moment. They're all one-off races from my understanding, unless I'm incorrect. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Something that we do want to highlight for later tonight as we work our way up toward the front of the race again is we will be having later tonight a great broadcast, the Watopia Volcano ride, actually, with Mr. Scotty Weiss himself, actually. Later tonight, that will be broadcast here on Zwift Community Life. So make sure to join the SW Place for a hot spin around the volcano. The event goes live at 8 p.m. EST or 7 p.m. CST here in America over at Z Community Live. So you can join Scotty later tonight for that ride. It is an event in the event module, and so just join up with them, and they'll be doing some sprints and 3 to 4 watts per kilogram for that ride, and with the current Masters World NTT champion. So good to see Scotty leading that ride and jumping in with the broadcasts. Jump in with that later tonight. Moving back up into the race here, though, we're going to try and find the front of these riders now, as we do see Diner here with Lamontre. It looks like they just make their way over that 12% gradient. The first kicker on the reverse climb has happened already. Diner, Lamontre, and it looks like Hanazid all hanging on here, but Pearson has gone off the back. Looks like Timmins, after that first lap insanity, is just trying to hang on to his position within the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th place currently out on course, but he's got 26 seconds over Duffy. It's going to be no man's land TT for Timmins all the way to the finish line. Looks like Sorgen is falling off pace and maybe going to go back to Timmins unless he was able to hang on just barely to the Italian rider Matriciano, as well as Pearson up ahead. It looks like Diner, though, going off the front with Lamontre and Hanazid absolutely hammering. 3 men now in the lead group, it looks like, for the A race currently. Pearson here, 4.7. Matriciano coming out of Italy. Sorgen now as well. It's almost back on terms, but it is going out continually. 3 seconds now, it looks like. Timmins now gaining a little more time, actually, over Wadley and Sorensen. So this group looks comfortable not to chase down Timmins, and they're going to be battling for 8th place overall amongst this entire group. But it is a huge group of riders, actually. It looks like it's about, I would have to say, almost 20 riders with the ones who are just hanging on the back here. It looks like the Swedish rider Lejanstrand actually is just barely grabbing onto the back of this pack. Also Lindroth there as well. Wadley now up toward the back of this group, but now you can see it stringing out there, and you know the riders are definitely hammering away. Up at the front, they are putting out about 4.5 to 5 watts per kilogram. Now an attack here coming from Runberg, 7 watts per kilogram, trying to go over this little 4% gradient, and that's what this reverse Watopia does. You kick it for that 12% grade, then it goes into a kind of a flatter section, and then you kick again and again all the way to the top. So there is some drafting and a little bit of tactics in order to not try and drag everybody around up and over the top of this climb. But Timmins continuing to go away as they're consistently putting out right around 4 watts per kilogram unless they are going uphill at the more severe gradient. So it looks like Timmins will be able to get away and maybe even get back on terms with the front of the race, or at least with the chase group, as it is going to be Sorgen here. But it looks like Pearson almost back with this front group. Let them go over that 12% gradient, but is almost back with them. But it looks like Diner and the Italian rider Mastriciano here really putting the hammer down over the top, trying to make sure that Pearson doesn't get back with them. But at 6.8 watts per kilogram, 172 beats per minute, we'll give him a ride on and encourage him there, as it's only 2 seconds. But if the continuance is there from that front group, it's going to be very difficult to close it down. He's got to do it now or never. I think, with only one lap to go. The volcano off in the background there. That's a great shot, actually, with the smoke rising. Now 4.2 watts per kilogram. It looks like Pearson here fading a little bit with his ability to hang on. And now the wattage is going back up as they know that they are dropping off one more rider that could compete for the front of this, for the win in the front of this A category race. Correct, Nathan. Casey Shum is saying ZTR and KISS just race events, not community series. Lazy day for me, sitting on couch with lunch watching you on a 52-inch UHD. That's awesome, man. Good to hear. Good to hear, Casey Shum. Let's see how I'm gonna head on over to the broadcast over there. It looks like we've got comments coming in here or there. Welcome everybody over to the Zwift Community Live on Facebook. If you'd like your comments to actually get into the Facebook feed so that I can see them, you have to actually head over to the Zwift Community Live page on the broadcast there that is live and comment there. If you're currently viewing on one of the places that's been shared on Facebook and commenting there, I will not be able to pull from that feed of the comments, just so you know. So I want to pull your comments, and if you're like, why isn't Nathan paying attention to my comments? It's because I can only see the comments on the Facebook page Zwift Community Live itself, and they actually they are actually fed to me directly. So if you'd like for me to see those, you have to go over there and watch there and then actually comment there. I will see your comments later, and I'll respond to them later when I go through all the different comments that come through at all the different places that we have shared it in the different Facebook groups. But I would love to have more of your comments fed directly in. If you would like them to be highlighted, you have to actually head over to the Zwift Community Live Facebook page, or tweet at us real easily at Z Community Live. As you can see, we'll just bring one or two of them in here real quick to give you an example of that and how that works. We would love to like this. Andrew Benke, thank you so much, Andrew. Andrew giving us a little bit of an example there. Like this comment, yeah, that comment, Andrew Benke coming out of Michigan, a rider who actually rides late night just like I do. I see him a lot often out in the world of Zwift, riding in the down under races. Actually, good to see you, Andrew. Always really appreciated, and all the support that you show of the live broadcast and the racing that you do in Zwift. I love to see you, Andrew. Or this comment, David Chris. Oh my gosh, they're coming now, and the hilarious the boys are coming in and out now. It looks like here, David Chris, or this comment. I appreciate you guys very much, showing everybody how it's done, and the smiley faces there. All right, we're not bringing the smiley face in. So appreciate you guys very much. So Hannah Zeter here now, it looks like, with the attack off the front, but since he is on a TT bike, I'm not positive if this is correct though. We're gonna have to see. Jens with a what comment there. I appreciate you guys. So looking through here though, I'm gonna look at the live results really quick there. It looks like Hannah Zeter is not on a TT bike according to ZwiftPower.com. That is a bug in the game. So he most likely was on a TT bike, jumped into the event module, and then swap bikes so that he would be on the correct bike, it looks like. And so he's actually drafting and competing with these riders that we're looking at right now as a rider who is on a regular bike, so, or a regular road bike. So Diner here, person, all the triathletes are like, what, man? What did you just say? and all the roadies are like, that's dang right, buddy. So anyways, Patterson here now, it looks like in the E category, trying to hold off these A racers as they're coming on, but it looks like at 5 watts per kilogram they are going to start lapping a few of the riders out on course, but that'll give us the ability to see who is in the D and E category and other riders that are that we'd have to click through like crazy to get to. So it's actually very helpful. Mastriciano here now with Diner now with that attack, 11 watts per kilogram now, it looks like, as they make their way through the final time through the SEs now. They have a 113 over the rest of the riders. Looks like Timus did his best to hold off the rest of the group, but was unable to do so. So now he is in a battle, it looks like, with a whole lot of riders as they make their way through the SEs here. This is a group of at least 10 plus now, as Timus is putting on 4 or 5 watts per kilogram to try and maybe like a little bit of a break, but I think it's going to be the final time up over the top of the reverse climb as Timus is putting down, it looks like, 5 watts per kilogram. Sorgen is in here, and these riders, if we can get any idea of where they are at, let's see if they are battling at all within this A category for some of the top spots. Adrian Timus is currently sitting in 8th place in the series with 14 points. I think Neil Duffy is in it amongst this group. I'm going to look through here and see if we can find him. There he is. We can see him, spot him there with the Bolt Racing team on that orange, in that orange bike and that orange kit with the power tap kit. And he's currently sitting in 7th. So that's a battle right now between Duffy and Timmins actually for 8th and 7th place, maybe even be able to better it. Alexander Coop, if he's in there for the Team WBR, currently sitting 6th there, and Heath as well. Joachim Storgen actually sitting in 4th place. Storgen actually in this group as well. So this is a crazy battle right now for a whole lot of points, and every single place is going to matter. And this last time up and over the top of the reverse KOM is definitely going to be whether or not you are going to stay in that place within the top 10 right now, or be dropped off from that top 10. One rider who is missing that we know is not riding today, as he's commenting over in the Facebook, is Casey Chum, who currently sitting in 9th place overall in the SZR race series, actually, 4-team experimental with 12 points. I have a feeling this is going to be his day off and maybe not grabbing any more points today, but you can take 2 days off in the series if you want to, as it is your best 10 out of 12. It looks like Slaughter is trying to make the slaughter on the legs here at the Go-Go Power Ranger, 6.3 watts per kilogram. It looks like 146 beats per minute. So we're going to have some judging coming from the SCR race series officials probably on the Go-Go Power Ranger there, hammering away in the A category. But we do have T. Patterson here hammering away. We'll give him a ride on, some encouragement as he gives us a look at the Mr. Him and M. Tyndall as well here. Actually, did Tyndall turn around, it looks like, for a moment there? As for some reason, it looks like he somehow turned around on course there. Tyndall now turned around multiple times as we're trying to make our way up toward the front of the race. Now we are seeing Diner here, it looks like, back to the front. We'll watch all the racers as they make their way over this climb and try and catch all of the breaks as they happen. This is for the win today, though, as Pearson, Diner, Hanazeder, and Mastriciano out of Italy as well, all hammering away. No gaps just yet. Pearson, 4.4 watts per kilogram. And I'm looking through here, not seeing him in the A category at all just yet for the top riders so far. So I don't think he's actually done any of the races that I can see right now over the last 3 races. I'm not seeing him in the series at all just yet. So maybe gonna grab. Actually, I'm seeing him here. I'm going to grab his profile. It doesn't look like he maxes out 197 beats per minute. 175 currently is what he's sitting at. He has done the SCR race series actually in the past in the A category, it looks like, as well as it looks like 20th in the last one that he did. For some reason, he had a DQ in the last one. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe we can find out from a few of the race officials later. Maybe we can get a comment as to what was going on with that. But he did get an upgrade from the B category in the first race that he did. So we'll have to figure out what's going on with that. Nothing was over 5 watts per kilogram. So we'll have to figure out what's happened with Pearson there. But Pearson's still in the lead group right here with Monstre and Mastriciano. They're about to catch a whole lot of the D category riders as they make their way around the course. This is going to be the final time over the climb here. They do have well over a minute over the chasers. So as we watch things unfold here, maybe we can get a few predictions coming from the boys and girls over at Facebook or at Twitter. For sure, not this comment can't be, Boss Van Eyck said. These boys are flying, Adam Toledo says. Tomorrow is London 8 for KISS. Arg, Andrew Benke is saying. I think only Watopia is reverse for now. Reverse London tomorrow would be cool. Luke Peterson is saying, I can't wait until my workout program is done so I have time and legs to race. Watching is fun, but I want to get in the mix. Luke, you should get in the mix. 1 race a week is pretty good. You can throw in for some intervals as a replacement, especially for VO2 max type intervals or over unders. Diner here with Hanazeder now going off the front. He has won almost every race that he's jumped into for the SCR series so far, and it looks like Pearson is off the back now at 5.0 watts per kilogram, unable to hold on to the wheel. So it looks like he is going to be going off the back along with the Italian rider. So it's 2 up now. It looks like it's going to be Lemonstre and Diner battling out, and this is currently, and we do have some predictions here. Diner and Monstre for the sprint finish. Actually, we got you guys know what's going on here, actually, as we do have a prediction coming from Jens saying that Diner for the win. Casey Shum is saying it's going to be a sprint finish between these two, and he was definitely correct as they have gone off the front now. But will it be Diner or Monstre? Let's get some more predictions coming. Make sure to tweet at us your predictions or shoot us some predictions through the comment section over on Facebook, and we'll make sure to feature those. There's just about 3 to 4 minutes left at the most, probably about 4 minutes left in the races. They've already completed about 1 minute on this 4-minute climb. 3:35. These guys are going so fast. Like, this is like scary times up over the top. I'm looking at these and I know what my repeats are on this reverse Watopia climb, and I am just like, I don't want to race these guys. It's just stupid fast. And Diner here with Haneziter, who got back on terms actually with the racers. He had been dropped off for a little while there, or maybe disappeared for a little bit, maybe a network connection issue, because I didn't see him there for a moment. And this is a rider that I've not seen in a while. I'm not even sure if I've ever seen this racer ride before in these races, and I'm going to take a look here really quickly and see what kind of past results that this rider has. I am seeing nothing in the past 2 weeks. He is also riding for SZR actually. So interesting, coming out of Australia, he is SZR approved. He won the KISS Pacific race as well as the KISS 100 Americas. The KISS Pacific also on the 18th. He did 5 watts per kilogram and got SZR approved. This is a rider to watch out for, boys and girls. Hanging on with this group, also riding for SZR coaching. So perhaps him and Diner are going to pull the 1-2 here on LaMontre. He's just hanging on to LaMontre's wheel, actually. I didn't realize that these were both were riders that are riding for the same team, but they're both registered for SZR coaching on ZwiftPower.com right now. So it's going to be a 1-2, it looks like, against LaMontre, and he's going to have his work cut out for him. Following down very quickly, Haneziter now just sitting on the wheel here out of Austria, and it's going to be these two, it looks like, with a lead out even maybe. Haneziter just coming across to the lead now. It looks like it's 7.8 watts per kilogram. They are making the attack on LaMontre. Let's see if he can hold on to the wheels now. 167 beats per minute, just barely hanging on as Haneziter, maybe even blocking at this point for Diner as he goes out the front at 7 meters, and it looks like Haneziter actually holding things up a little bit and now putting out 7 watts per kilogram, though maybe making a chase because he sees LaMontre going on by. But this is definitely team tactics, it looks like, at this point, as Diner's gone off the front by 1 second. It's over 5 meters. Now LaMontre does have that wheel again. It's going to come down to sprint finish between these three. It's the SZR coaching up against LaMontre, and LaMontre, I believe, is riding unattached. Let me just check really quick here to make sure I don't have that. Actually, he's riding for the BRT team, but not in their kit that I can see right now. So the BRT versus SZR out on course right now. They're coming in for the sprint, it looks like, and we're going to keep with these boys as we wait for things to update behind. We don't want to lose the front of the race. I would love to cover the other riders as they come up and over the top of the climb, reverse climb, but we're going to have to wait just a moment. We do have the Italian rider here who has gotten away from Pearson, it looks like, 21 seconds up on them. Blomqvist as well as Hagenbakken all making a chase about 4 minutes back. But we're back up at the front now. Is anybody going to go? We're coming into the last kilometer now as LaMontre, Diner, Haneziter all coming into the finish line. Who's going to lead it out? Who's going to make it crazy fast for SZR coaching? Who's going to jump first and then just follow? That's probably what we're going to see, is somebody jump from SZR coaching, I would assume, followed very closely by LaMontre, who's going to have to close that gap. And there goes Diner. He's the current series leader. Of course, that's how it's going to go down. Haneziter, though, following very closely now. Is he going to close it down, or is he going to just block? It looks like it's going to be a block now. As Diner's going at 1 second, he's got a gap now. It's going to be up to LaMontre to seriously close this down. Let's get it from the top here as we're going to be able to see exactly what the gaps are. LaMontre, 9.3 watts per kilogram, coming by like a freight train. Looks like LaMontre might have this Diner trying to grab on the wheel. Here comes Haneziter out of Austria, trying to make it to the line. Looks like Haneziter absolutely killing it. SZR coaching looks like is going to take it for the win, but this is about the points for the series as well as LaMontre closes it down then, and it looks like LaMontre will get the better of Diner now out on course, and that might be a little bit of disruption in the series overall, as it looks like a win for the day, but perhaps a little bit